Welcome, my friends, back to Golarion, to the city in the center of the world. The Coins District is abuzz with activity, the Grand Bazaar, a teeming mass of humanity and everything else. Past it, the docks, Westgate, and the puddles sunken into the sea after a terrible earthquake 25 years past. We flow across the Puddles District, a neighborhood where everyone goes by on boats, or at least has very tall boots, to an opera house where something stirs. But before it happens there, we cut away to the Grand Lodge, headquarters of the Pathfinder Society, and our Pathfinders. Where, in this great teeming museum, library, spy organization, do we find our heroes this day? Let's go down the line, as it is on the bottom of my Roll20 page, which is Sam, August, Anya, and Jade. Let's have a little bit of a little vignette describing where your characters are at, what they're doing. It has been about a week since your adventure in the Grand Archives in the Vault of Boundless Wonder, and as always, the society is aflutter. This is a strange, interesting new adventure the entire society has embarked upon, but there are also other adventures closer to home that you might be needed to do. So, Melinda Melrose, where do we find you this fine autumn day?
You find Melinda, me, hi. Reading a book in her dorm. Are we all, housed together? What does our housing situation look like here?
They've definitely got dormitories for agents. You could also live in an apartment in the city if you wanted to. Obviously, it's cheaper to live in the Grand Lodge. The lodge is it's one part post-grad university for adventurers, one part humanitarian aid society, one part librarians without borders. It's the wildest place to be, in the wildest city in the world. At least in this world. Though there's some other wild cities on Golarion. Check out the Impossible Lands book if you want to hear about a few of them.
All right, well.
So I guess up to you.
I would like to posit that the dorm situations are... I'm guessing they'd probably batch us together if they had to. I would like to posit that Melinda and H2 are sharing a room, because I think that's really fucking funny.
Yes, I'm down with this.
Hell yeah, because we knew each other already, kind of. We were adventuring together for a short amount of time before we came to be adventurers here. So I would say that Melinda Melrose is laying on her bed, reading a book that is probably some of the driest shit you've ever heard of. It's something like, a thesis on the effect of protection magic on the texture of the fur of
field mice.
of field mice. Yeah, it's something that's like some grad student was just really into this one particular topic, and she is laying on her bed reading it like a schoolgirl, seemingly enjoying it greatly.
Incredible. HQ, are you nearby or are you elsewhere?
So I'm going to guess there might be like a courtyard or something with some practice dummies.
There are three major. So the Pathfinder Society is split up into a number of factions, like the Radiant Vigil, or the Grand Archives, or the Horizon Walkers or something. Watchers. I forget all the names of them. Those are like special like factions. But there's also the three schools: the School of Swords, the School of Spells, and the School of Swords. No, I said swords twice. Swords, scrolls, and spells. And so which are each run by the deans who are like masters of those arts. And so yeah, there's definitely like tons of like martial training areas, fun adventure like obstacle courses, training dummies. There's also just tons of great little gardens and like statuary, and like over the centuries people have just given like incredible art installations to the Pathfinder Society. And the Grand Lodge is just chock full of weird, cool stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a little stereotypical, probably, but H2 is having a go at one of the practice dummies. I think, in contrast to how we've seen her previously being very unhinged, like, all of her strikes are very practiced now.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have muscles for muscle memory, but it's still the same kind of drills, like trying to drill into her circuitry what these swings are supposed to look like before she gets into the heat of battle.
Cool. Fantastic. Yeah, so you're drilling H2. That's very clear. You're getting it into your circuitry. There are around you like tons of other students likewise doing that sort of like sword drills. And like you might think, right, that it's like, oh, this is this big robot lady, must be and surrounded by a bunch of normal weirdos. Not so. This is the Pathfinder Society. This is the city of the center of the world. There's like Gonzi and tieflings and gnolls and all sorts of other like people like doing their cultural fighting styles and learning from each other. That is how the Pathfinders work. And people are like, wow, that's a cool overhand sword strike. Where did you learn that? You know, like, it's a place where people from everywhere can find something of themselves and something else. But as you are doing that, and as Mindy in her dorm overlooking this kind of area is reading about the effects of magic on field mice, fur.
The texture of their fur.
The texture of their fur. Both of you little runners come by and tell both of you that you have a briefing. And we cut away to Calamus Palm. Where is our little cactus friend and their little badger friend at this time of day?
Calamus spends the days probably lounging in the trees around campus. Just, like it's a hammock, just lounging in the branches with their good friend Digsby, who is probably just as lazy.
Digsby laying on his back, little badger paws in the air.
Yeah, they're just taking a little nap.
Photosynthesizing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful morning. In the city of the center of the world, you hear the rumble of the foreign quarter, which is where the Grand Lodge resides, where all of the people who come from all over and interact with places from all over come and go and live their lives. And as you are doing that, you hear a little voice say, "Ahem!"
Hello?
Howdy, partner.
That's our good friend.
It's photosynthesizing time. What do you need?
Oh, shoot. You have to, oh, okay. It is indeed rain and cloudy days. The little fungus Leshy, who does not need the sun because he's a mushroom.
Aww.
Says, well, I suppose I could come back around in like 15, but you got a mission.
Oh, yeah. No, you're fine. You don't have to come back. We're about done here. And then we'll grab Digsby and just sort of float down from the branch.
Oh, yeah. She says, all right, come on.
Alrighty, partner, let's go.
Two little Leshies toddle on off, and we move to our final. The greatest, smartest, most powerfulest.
Mm-hmm. That's the name. I think for Is, she spends a lot of time like people watching, listening to gossip, just watching the shit other people get up to, not with any kind of malicious intent. If she was feeling fanciful, she might say that she's a student of the mortal condition. But yeah, she definitely has a certain skull with her whenever she can get away with it, though I imagine it keeps being... she keeps being taken back to the archive. Just like, you can't check the skull out of the library like it's a book. It's just like, it's a person. Yes, I can.
We're friends now.
It is a person. And actually, if you've been making a point of sticking around with Zikariz, then you have been privy to a number of recent discoveries.
Oh, absolutely.
Such as, it has been, because Zikariz has been the locus of quite a bit of kerfuffle in the Pathfinder Society, because it has been discovered that Zikariz is not undead and is not an animated skull.
Huh.
There's a skull, and there is an intelligence inside it. But like the researchers are trying to think, this is a person who was somehow put into a skull.
So it's more like a soul jar kind of situation.
Yeah, but not in like an undead way, which is the weirdest part. Mm-hmm. This is not like an undead spirit possessing a skull. This is like, it's whatever it is. It's dreadfully arcane, and so people are starting to think, what if this skull might be from Nex, which is the kind of far to the south on eastern Garund. It is a nation that was founded by a wizard king, also called Nex, and is ruled by a society of arch wizards called the Archlords, or the Council. I think the Council of 3 and 9. I forget, and thus you forget. But
like, I mean, I'm not
people are wondering,
free of ego, she says to the skull.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how much do you have to love yourself to actually name the city where you live after you? I mean, how much do you have to like hearing the sound of your own name?
Well, the city actually called Quantium. It's the country that's Nex.
That's even worse.
To be fair, he was following the style of the time because his ancient nemesis Geb also founded a country named after himself.
What is it with wizards? And it always just comes down to measuring against each other. Giggles. Because it's just very mature.
Yeah. Don't know. But there's been talk that Zikariz actually might be getting shipped off to Quantium, to the Pathfinder Lodge there, to look into seeing what's up. Yes. And as you and Zikariz are people watching, you get kind of jostled by an old man in rags who says, you'd want to be a bit careful with that, because anyone could just steal a skull. It's not that hard to steal a skull.
I mean, getting a skull out of somebody's head would probably take a bit of effort unless you had like that sword that can just cut a head off instantly, like with one chop. Or are you just talking about like a disembodied skull? In which case, yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about this one. And he holds out Icarus.
But he doesn't get a chance to. I mage hand and pull her back. No, that's not yours.
Well,
But bite an old man.
I don't think we've met. We've got a briefing.
And you are?
He kind of recedes into an alley. He says, this is an old man, thick gray hair, a kind of billy goat beard. I am your boss.
Fuck off.
Disappears around a corner.
You can't tell your boss to fuck off.
No, as in, there was a shut up. It's just like, no, Your Majesty, as in. Fuck off as a state of surprise, as opposed to an instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Though, to be fair, Ist is the sort of person that would probably say fuck off to their boss. I'd mean fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Did he take Zikaris with him? Or have I still got her?
He palmed her off of you, and then you took her back.
I will head back to the lodge and where briefings tend to happen. Because this is still interesting, even if...
Mm-hmm. And so the four of you, these Pathfinders, arrive in one of the great many briefing rooms in the Pathfinder Society's Grand Lodge. Rain and Cloudy Days is there. Says, "Howdy, y'all. Welcome. File in. I got cookies. I got tea. I got sunlight in the window. And scrap metal."
I take a cookie and nibble on it demurely.
I give a cookie to Digsby.
I grab like 5 cookies and cram them into my mouth at once.
Incredible.
Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I got y'all here. You're all here. We're just waiting. And then the door bursts open, and that man you saw before comes in, fully just a guy dressed in beggar's rags. An old man.
I'll launch a cookie towards him, fully expecting him to catch it.
He does catch it. Hello, and welcome. It's good to meet you all. I am Drendel Dreng, the venture captain of the Pathfinder Society.
I brush off my skirts and stand and give a polite curtsy, it's lovely to meet you.
Don't do that.
Can I call you Dee?
I suppose.
Cool. Humans have such names.
Venture Captain Drendel Dreng, his gray hair, a paunch, cataracts, and a generally unkempt appearance, belying his sharp intellect, wit, enthusiasm, and good sense of humor. So, I hear you all had a bit of a tizzy with the vault last week. Good job. You fought off an evil hag's memories or dreams or something. Congratulations.
Or something.
Now, while we've got a lot of plates spinning about that, Lady Drelnine is looking into a number of the interesting questions posed. But while we've got you here, I thought I might take advantage of you to do something that I wanted.
That's not really appropriate.
Oh, but what I want is good. And thus, it's good. You see, we've got an opportunity. I've got a bit of a special interest in the history of Absalom, this grand city that we live in, the city that was founded by a god and all that nonsense. It's been built, rebuilt, destroyed, rebuilt, built again, and built a third, 6th time over the millennia. And thus, there's quite a bit below our feet that we have no idea about. and we have been given, or rather, the opportunity has presented itself for us to find a little bit more out about our forebears, our predecessors. And that is something I think is very cool, and thus, you're going to do it.
Wow.
Still better than every boss I've had, frankly.
What a rich history you humans have.
Yeah, I'm like down. This sounds dope.
Yes.
I mean,
so, question. Oh, yes.
But I'm from here. Like,
You are!
well, relatively speaking, in the past few years from here.
Oh.
Like, I know, like, I read. Jade looks at their +6 modifier to Absalom law.
Well, fantastic. Well, then you might be just the right person to put in charge of this. To that point. Question. I guess you know about goblins, yes?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully somebody else does. Because
Just,
I
like,
need...
Very flat expression. Just like, no.
There is, in this city, in the Puddles District, a goblin king, named Zapsplat, who has taken over a playhouse in the Puddle District. It used to be under the control of the Greater Absalom Theatre Society. And it is now his kingdom, his castle, and apparently the portal to some sort of catacomb system underneath the city. Recently, in their diggings and making their home better for themselves, King Zapsplat and his people have discovered a passage down. But something discovered a passage up, some sort of beast or creature or monster that the goblins have not been able to fight off themselves and have thus sealed away. But if we could get down there, destroy this creature, and then look around a little bit, we'd find out all sorts of cool things, I think.
Can I make a deception check to make it look like this is the first time I'm hearing about any of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, what is this weird... There we go, 19.
19, cool. If he notices, he does not comment on it.
Okay.
Yes, so, that is the situation. We've been making some inroads, some goblin pathfinders. Obviously, one of them is our friend Istia. Making connections, as we do with every group of people that we can come into contact with. We've been given the opportunity to entreat this goblin king for entrance into these catacombs or sewers or whatever, lay below the playhouse. I would like for you to go there to parley with this goblin king, to make sure you deal with whatever is endangering them, and then find out any interesting information you can about the history of our fair city.
Like which layer of your city?
Exactly!
Oh, brother.
All right. Any questions? Any quibbles? Anyone want to make a recall knowledge check?
I would love to make a recall knowledge check. Can I use...
What a specific question.
I have I'm not going to use it, but I do have a thing called Pocket Library.
Okay.
That lets me call forth a tome from an extra-dimensional library to make a recall knowledge check better.
Pretty cool. You could roll lore.
It is pretty cool. It is a level 1 spell, unfortunately, so I think I maybe won't use it, but I'm thinking about it.
So you could roll Absalom lore, or Absalom history, or something like that, or society.
Can I roll archaeology?
Yeah.
Cool. I got a 22.
22! Fantastic. It is known that there are certainly ancient structures below what is now called the Puddles. In the past, such places have been troubled by corporeal undead, such as ghouls, ghasts, skeletons, and zombies. older residents of the area tell stories of screams that would occasionally seem to emanate from somewhere deep beneath the streets.
Well, that's not good.
Love when your streets scream.
Now, I'm not from here,
Yes.
but screaming from under the street sounds maybe a little bad. We should probably check on that.
Indeed.
Like, that's kind of our job, right? I mean, I know we're not... I'm just sort of looking around like, I know we're not cops, but... you
Oh,
know.
thank God, no.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
We'd have to tell you if we were.
To be fair, in the puddles, there is not much of a guard presence in the puddles. The city watch mostly leaves it alone. There's a group called the Muckruckers, who are halfway between a town militia and vigilante team, who try to keep the peace. But unfortunately, they are not equipped to deal with this thing any more than the goblins are. So, I mean, helping out a neighbor's never a bad thing to do for a Pathfinder. Especially if you get to learn something cool.
How long ago was this creature reported?
Just a few days, I believe.
Okay.
All right. Well, if that's all, I will leave you to it. Best of luck. Oh, right. Iando Klein, the leader of the, what's it called? The Vigilant Seal, right? They're the faction of the society who are like, oh, don't open that. It's got an evil ghost in it. He would very much like for you to make sure that nothing evil or destructive or dangerous is unearthed in this. If there's an ancient evil slumbering beneath the city that could kill us all, deal with it. Yes?
Is it,
This feels above our pay grade.
yeah, what is said?
There's some very small evils.
I don't trust.
You're
But hey,
Pathfinders.
it's our
This
job,
is your
so
whole.
let's go.
It's your job, and I have the. You've already fought off a night hag's dream self and saved young Master Rain. I have the utmost confidence in your skills, capabilities, and success.
I'm not one to question a paycheck.
Well, that makes one of us. Let's go, team.
All right. Have a good time. I'm going to go back to what I was doing. And he pulls out a tin cup and starts rattling coins in it. And walks away.
Oh my God. I think our boss is crazy.
I think our boss might be homeless.
It's the best way to see the city. People always don't look at you if you're homeless. It's just...
I mean, I'm homeless.
That is 100% the case. Jay. He has been asked about this before, and he said, tongues are looser around the poor, and a beggar needs no magic to make himself invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And Rain and Cloudy Day says, well, all right. I hope the cookies help. Have a great day.
Thanks, Rain and Cloudy Day.
H2 picks up a cookie, looks at it, puts it back down.
Oh no.
He did also leave out some metal shavings.
I mean, he did, but Rain specifically called out the cookies.
Mm.
Bless.
Fucking wow. Yeah, I think Calamus will fill up a little baggie of cookies for Digsby.
There's definitely a pouch on Melinda's waist that is now full of cookies, but somehow none of you guys saw her put them in there. But there is now a pouch that Digsby will at least be able to smell. There's cookies.
Mhm.
She stole some. She took a bunch.
They're like
You have to
granola
pat
bar
this
cookies.
Oh, so,
Yeah, well-
so oatmeal raisin cookies, you mean?
Yeah, or oatmeal chocolate chip.
Ooh, we love a good oatmeal chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to bat Digsby away from that.
And so here you are, left in the your little meeting room with just the fours of you.
I would suggest wearing something you don't mind getting wet.
I don't wear clothes.
To be fair, the comment was mostly directed at Mindy.
Mindy looks pained.
Oh.
H2 pats her gently on the shoulder and is just like, well, Worst case scenario, you can just burn the clothes.
I'm gonna prepare 3 of my. How many slots do I get for cantrips? 5.
You get 5 slots for cantrips, and I believe you get
3 of those are going into prestidigitation.
Oh
Well,
my
that's
God.
not. You don't need to do that.
No, you just have to pick of your cantrips 5 that you have access to today.
How many times can I use them each?
They're cantrips. You can use them
They're
forever.
cantrips. I can keep using them. Thank fuck.
Yes.
I don't have to prepare cantrips that way.
No, and you have 3 spell slots that you could prepare a spell into.
Okay.
Also, before you head out, does anyone want to rack their brains and see what they know about the goblins in the Puddles District?
I gently shake it upside down, rattling the knowledge out like loose change.
Oh my God.
Not really, but, you know.
That visual is just... Mwah. I mean, I can roll if you want. I want to know what bonus I get to this.
If you want to just have it be you just have the information.
I do. I'm possibly not going to share very much, but you know.
Well, I'll tell you what you probably the information that I'm going to say is the information that is good enough for you to share.
Okay.
That isn't too big a deal, too incriminating. Which is that one, the Crooked Toes goblins are led by Zusgut, who is obsessed with performance and acting. His tribe has taken over the old playhouse in the Puddles District that no one else wants because the puddles are slowly sinking. They recently arrived a few years ago with some people from Lastwall in the wake of the destruction of the the country of Lastwall by the Whispering Tyrant Tar-Baphon, the greatest lich to ever unlive, who even now gathers power on the Isle of Dread on Lake Incarthen, far to the north. But that's not important. What is important is that Zusgut is kind of frustrated by the lack of enthusiasm from his tribe towards theatrical pursuits and would love extra help from anyone interested.
So Ist will sort of share that much as the group are heading out of the lodge and downtown towards the puddles.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so you all head south out of the foreign quarter and into the puddles. There are little taxi boats going to and fro. There are like sidewalks on pontoons that people are kind of walking along. There's also plenty of people in waist-high rubber pants and boots, wellies and such. How are you moving through the puddles?
Stompily.
Yeah.
Riding on someone's shoulder.
I'm guessing we had some time to go back and change our clothing in the meantime.
There was time to get changed before we left, for sure.
Yeah, certainly.
Mindy's wearing...
Can I ride on...
Sorry.
Can I ride on H2's shoulder?
Yeah, I mean...
I don't want to drown.
Yeah, fair. Digsby is kind of badger paddling alongside you.
So are we like... You said we were like walking in like ankle-deep water?
Oh, no.
Like hip deep water.
Hip deep water? Great.
Yeah, I would drown.
There's also... you would float. You're a cactus.
You're not supposed to overwater your cactus.
So that's fair. But like I said, there's also...
I mean, I can lead us along some of the pontoons and, like, high ground.
Yeah, there's, like, pontoon, floating sidewalk, like, pontoons, and there's taxi skiffs going to and fro. It's not like an adventure in and of itself going through the puddles, but it is strange, you know? Like, most of the city is this gleaming... not glistening, not like pristine, but it's like, you know, a kind of dingy, dirty, like metropolis But this is fully, this is a neighborhood that is sinking into the water, falling into the sea. And there's not much anyone can do about it because it was an earthquake that did it. But people do as they will, and they're living.
You guys want to walk, or you want to pay for a skiff?
I would prefer to play for a skiff, please.
Alright.
Oh, buddy.
I haven't. You got the money for one, Mindy?
Probably. How much is it?
I will flag for the skiff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want Mindy to get fleeced for the tourist that she
Clearly is.
Obviously is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do we still have all of the stuff from our last adventure? Do we get to keep that shit?
Yeah, you got to keep most of it,
Nice.
except for the crystal key and the dagger.
I got to keep the dagger of venom, though, right?
Yeah, you got to get the dagger of venom.
Oh, did I get to keep the +1 breastplate?
Yeah,
Oh, I took that off. I'm putting it back on now.
Oh yeah.
back on.
Loot.
Loot. It's it's part of it's part of your benefits package. You get first roll on the armor table.
Nice.
Or whatever they call it in WoW. Yeah, but so you come up, you get a skiff, you kind of move through this sinking city, and you arrive at the Playhouse, once the home of the Greater Absalom Performing Arts Guild. It is roughly square-shaped, pretty big. Inside, there's a vestibule, a smaller theater in the round black box theater, several rooms that were once offices, and then a huge auditorium-style theater that you head into. Let me put you on the map.
Oh boy, there are goblins.
They are goblins.
I'm gonna let Ist take a point here.
Indeed, as you arrive, I've got a thing. Flickering torches fail to illuminate this large auditorium within the mostly ruined playhouse. Hints of the former beauty and majesty of the buildings are marred by the smell of mildew and ever-present water puddles. The northern end of the space is occupied by a raised stage with a large chair that must have once been used as a throne in a theatrical production long ago. Goblins move throughout the room, some gathered in small clusters roasting food over open fires, others sleeping in what remains of the auditorium's chairs. On the crumbling balcony, a goblin choir rehearses, each member singing a different song, or perhaps the same song with different words, lyrics, and tempo. Goblin children chase each other about, their leashes dangling from their necks as they screech and shout. Occasionally, a leash catches on a bit of furniture or rubble, bringing the wearer crashing to the ground while their companions laugh uproariously. From atop the throne, a voice rings out, cutting across the chaos, clear and enunciated, although obviously still a goblin. Oh! What's this? Another group looking to throw their hats into the ring, as it were. Probably the Pathfinders I was expecting. There was an angry yell from a group of humans wearing armor and bearing sheathed weapons dimly visible near the stage. The goblin turns and addresses the interruption for the grousing warriors. Now, did I ever say anything about exclusive rights? I don't think I did. So, Pathfinders, I'm sure you've heard about our little trouble with the creature in the basement. What is it your organization is willing to do for my kingdom, and why should I let you go instead of these fine folks? You see a bunch of annoyed-looking mercenaries standing on the stage. You see, on the balcony, in a throne, a goblin king. He is wearing patchwork blue royal robes, probably made from the doublet of some play, as well as a patchwork scrap metal crown.
Yeah, Calamus is just going to point at Ist. Like, we're on your side.
You've brought yourself a goblin ambassador. Clever, clever. more than these folks thought to do. Behind him, there is a much older goblin, Velkic, who is a priestess of Sarenrae, the goddess of redemption and flame. Goblins love flame.
I take a step forward and do a very sort of elaborate, dare I say, theatrical bow, very close, like curtain call-esque, like arms wheeling and then a low bow and like fully projecting. O glorious majesty, king of the goblins, the Pathfinders society is here in the utmost spirit of humility, accepting your greatness and your sovereignty here in the puddles, and seek to rid you of the demon at your door in exchange for the knowledge that they may find beneath. And we, humble Pathfinders, do solemnly request an opportunity to prove ourselves not just to the Pathfinder Society or sent us here, but to your good self. And as I come up from the bow, I wink.
Mm-hmm.
I curtsy.
Give me a diplomacy check. I will tell you, this is a chance for you to all earn some favor with the Goblin King through artistry, bribery, or flattery.
Gee, I wonder.
I have none of those.
Yeah, I'll roll diplomacy. Do I have any kind of bonus here?
Yeah. I'll factor that into the DC.
Okay. 21. 15 on the die.
Hell yeah. That's critical success. So you get 2 favor points. Just keep that in mind. As everyone make a perception check as well.
Ooh, nat 1. I don't see fucking anything.
Incredible. So H2, you look up at the Goblin King, and you can tell that he has actually already made up his mind, but is still making you all do this. Ist, you also notice that. You and H2 also both hear someone go, "Hey, isn't that Ist?" And then someone else goes, "Shh, it's part of the show."
Wow.
So that's Ist's. That is Ist's thing. Ist has won a critical success. Gotten 2 favor points. Who else would like to step forward?
Like, to impress them?
Yeah, I'll turn to the others just like, look, just make a show of it.
Calamus will... Tell me if I can do this. Can I produce a bouquet of flowers that match the one on my head?
Sure.
I don't know what that role would be, but...
That could be not bribery. You could roll performance.
Let's see.
Or just flattery with diplomacy.
That one looks better.
Yeah.
Woohoo! That's another 21. That for you, unfortunately, is just a success, gaining 1 favor point. You have a total of 3 now. He says, your goblin speaks well for you. And what king could turn down a lovely bouquet of brain flowers?
I cannot believe I have given Zach the opportunity to do his fucking best Guy Ritchie, and I have done this by my accent choices.
Fucking Calamus will knock on their head with her fists. Like, yep, straight from the old noggin.
These will burn beautifully in our performances.
Oh.
It's good.
Beautiful, I'm sure.
Goblins love to burn things. It is
Beautiful.
It is a sign of affection to burn things.
That's what I intended for you to do with them. Thank you.
Yes. Velkic, take these. She says,
Of course, my lord.
does anyone else have anything they want to say?
I'm just gonna take my extremely large wizard hat, whatever, and do an elaborate curtsy and say, from the far off distant land of Ustalav, I bring greetings, and tidings. And I'm trying. She's trying so hard, man. She gives like the biggest curtsy. She does not know how to do diplomacy good in the presence of goblins, or rather, she doesn't quite know what goblin diplomacy looks like. But she's doing her best.
Can I whisper something to Mindy to help?
Yes.
Sure.
Just like, look, just pull something out of your pocket and then burn it. Just like use prestidigitation, just go like flash paper. Go down a tree.
Ooh, I can do that. She reaches into her the pouch of spell materials, pulls something out, and goes, "And I bring you fire." And she like pulls her hand up, and just a big ball of flame goes whoosh out of her palm. She like looks like she tries to like look like she's pulling it out of her hat or something.
Give me a performance check.
Oh yeah, performance, not my strong suit, but that's okay.
You're trained in it, right?
I am not. Oh, I am actually. Never mind. I got an 8.
Yeah.
You've got 2 hero points if you want to spend one.
I'm gonna spend one to re-roll that.
All right.
25.
Yeah.
Well,
Nat 20.
well, hot damn. That's 2
Hot
hero.
damn.
That's 2 victory favor points.
Okay.
as
How do I
you
get rid of
do
mine?
like
Just put it back in the deck.
Just drag it out.
No.
Yeah, just click the hand, the
Now
card
it's
hand,
on
and
the.
then drag it out.
Now it's on the. Remove.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool.
That's fine.
So as you do this, he goes, "Ho! That was mighty impressive. Me and mine, we moved through Ustlov on our trek south from Lastwall. Are you still having vampires and like werewolves and shit?"
Very likely, yes. That doesn't really stop. That's kind of our thing.
Fascinating, truly. Very, very fond of some of the poetry I heard on our travels. H2, do you want to say anything?
H2, because I have 0 in diplomacy. Well, okay, I have a proficiency of 2 in diplomacy. H2 is going to pull out a couple of coins and be like, "I believe people enjoy currency."
Yes. Yes, they do. That's actually pretty good. That was a good you didn't even like you could give him if you give him 20 silver pieces, 2 gold pieces, that's a favor point.
Oh.
So we're now up to 6.
Nice.
You're up to 6.
Yeah, I was gonna give him Oh, yeah, I do have 2 gold pieces, so I was gonna give him a couple of gold pieces.
Right. My subjects will relieve you of, and then you just a bunch of goblins just swarm you and take your money. And he steeples his fingers, and as you see, he kind of winks at you back, and says, he sits thinking for a while, then springs to his feet and points a finger into the sky. I know what we must do, my friends. We will have a contest, an audition. You can read lines from my play. The goblins cheer. The mercenaries groan. He squints at them. Since you got here first, you can go first. Curtains go up in 2 minutes. At this news, another cheer goes up from the Cockatoo goblins, and they begin to crowd towards the stage. And he pulls a little script and tosses it down to you, and I will share We Be Heroes, the play.
I'm just trying to quickly read this. Apologies.
No, you got time because you're second.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone take a look at it. Talk amongst yourselves, decide as the other group goes up and has to fucking read the play and try to do it. And this is a bunch of just normal mercenaries.
Rest in piss to those guys. So we have to perform this?
That is what Zapsplat has demanded of you, the Goblin King.
Okay.
I will take the part of Mitzi, a wolf, not a dog.
Don't you think we should maybe let Digsby play the role with less in the way of actual speaking, H2?
That would be kind of hilarious, but if
Hey,
she really...
Digby. Can you say wolf? Good enough.
Perfect. I'm proud of you, buddy. Tosses a cookie.
Can I mix up, just with the random crap in my bag? I do have crafting. Can I make up a little pair of, like, wolf ears to put on Digby's head?
Sure.
Thank you. I will do this.
Up on stage, the mercenaries begin their performance, and they are terrible. Not even funny terrible, just terrible. They read woodenly and mostly just stand on stage looking uncomfortable in their armor with their swords, as if reciting lines a teacher has required them to memorize. The goblins are throwing rotten fruit and bits of wood, some of it on fire.
Oh, fire's good. They like them. Please don't throw fire at me. I'll burn. I'm very flammable.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we need to figure out Crimsey, Grenek, Scythorn.
Is Zuzgut reading his own part in this play, to be clear? Or do we need to also read him?
No, he will.
Okay.
Do you want to be Zuzgut?
Yeah, I'll do that.
3, 4, 5, 6,
I feel like we should have the
7.
goblin be Zuzgut.
So there's 7 parts, and there's...
Well, Digby's playing one of them.
4. Yeah, so there's 6 parts.
So there's 6 parts left, and there's 4 of us.
I mean, there's not that many lines.
It's true. We might need to double cast some people.
Who wants to play the human?
Ew.
Mindy, do you mind playing the human?
I'll endure it, yes.
Mindy, the human wizard.
I think she's half elf, but yes.
I thought she was half elf.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
why
I
she's like,
forgot.
yes, I'll play the human.
To be fair, the other half is human, usually.
Usually. I can take on whatever 2. Which 2 do you want, H2?
I will play Pizzazz because I also find people appreciate my singing.
Good. I'll do Crimsey. Next round.
Yeah, I'll do Grenek as well. As long as somebody else picks up Seathorn.
I can do Seathorn.
All
right. And so, the time has come. As the other mercenaries are booed off stage, Zuscut looks to you with the playbill at hand and says, "Well, take your stage, my friends."
All right.
All right.
I will grab a box to stand on as a throne.
Mm-hmm.
And I will
and it says,
whip my
I will
headscarf
be
off
reading.
and put it around my shoulders to look like a regal.
I will, as the director of this fine theatrical piece of art, will be reading the stage directions.
Most gracious, Your Majesty. Most gracious.
All right, marks, people.
That means stand where you need to stand.
Oh, all right. I scuttle over to where I'm supposed to stand.
All right. Rise of the Goblin Heroes, a true and accurate account by Zuscut, King of the Goblins in Absalom. Act V, Scene I.
I see.
Enter Zuscut, Crimsey, Grenek, Seathorn, Mitzi, a wolf, not a dog, Pizzazz, and Ulthun, a human.
I jump up on top of the box. I see the great heroes have returned. But who is this with you? Speak, brave knight.
Oh, mighty chief of the goblins, whose wit and skill are unsurpassed. I am called Ulthun, Watcher Lord of Lastwall. Alas, that land has been overrun by undead and is no more. I do like a dramatic swoon.
I hop down off the box, dropping the headscarf just for a second. It's true, undead everywhere.
But we helped them escape. The Longshanks, not the undead.
Nudge me.
Oh, yeah. Calamus gives a little poke to Digsby.
Close enough.
I helped collapse the tunnel behind us. It was great.
I found people who appreciate my singing. Here, let me show you. Ahem.
Quiet. Chief speaking.
Please, my lord, we beseech you, and ask the help of your mighty tribe. We are but mere humans, and lack the cleverness and skill needed to escape the clutches of the undead. Will you aid us?
Hopping back onto the box. Of course. Crooked Toes, my people, hearken to me. Now is the time foretold, the time when the Longshanks would come before us in desperate need. Hop down off the box. We help too. We know how to fight undead Longshanks.
Yes, Mitzi will tear them apart with wolfish fierceness. Nudges. Digsby again.
And I will compose a war song to lift our hearts.
No. We need my catapult.
I think we need to hurry. No time for catapults or songs. Prepare for the journey south and into our destiny. We be heroes.
We be
We be heroes. We be heroes. We be heroes.
Nudges Digsby again.
Everybody roll. He goes start. Everybody roll performance.
Oh boy.
Can I keep my nat 20 performance check from earlier?
No, that was for a different thing.
God damn it. Okay.
But everyone succeeded.
Yay.
Except
Yeah.
18, a 17, a 21, and a 12. The 12 is close, but with that great performance, H2, you managed to push it over. The goblins cheer. They lose their fucking minds over it. And after time, Zuscut raises his hands in silence. Most of the goblins quiet down or wander off. Well, that was exciting. But now, it's time for the tough decision. He pauses dramatically, and somewhere nearby, a goblin beats a drum in a rhythm reminiscent of a heartbeat. It's a difficult choice, Zuska continues, drawing out the moment. But I have to say that one performance, he pauses as the drum continues to beat, was better than the other. Another pause. Today, the winner is... He pauses again, and now the goblins are all paying close attention. The Pathfinders!
Yay!
A cheer rises up at his words. The mercenaries just look confused and annoyed and walk away.
Me too, buddy.
Fucking amateurs.
As this. All right. Very well, very good. Slides down the banister. So, the problem is in the basement, where a gigantic monster has taken up residence, though we're not entirely sure what it is. It's got very bigness and sharpness of teeth, and is green. That's about what we know.
That's some things.
You see anything like that before, Calamus, on your travels? You know animals, right?
Can I find out if I've seen anything like that before on my travels?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
25.
So he is describing something that is big, sharp-toothed, and green. That's not really a lot to go on, but it's in the sewer.
It's a gator.
And it sounds like it might be a crocodile.
Yeah. So, Calamus to the group, sounds like a croc to me.
I beg your pardon?
Crocodile.
Ah, all right. I thought you meant of shit.
Oh, no. No, those are usually not green. I hope. That's bad if they're green.
Goblins.
I guess if you're goblins and it's green, it's fine.
All right. Well, heroic Pathfinders, I wish you all the luck in your travels down below. Hello, darling.
You all right? And I switched to Goblin. It's just like, I'm trying to play it cool.
I'm just so proud of my little goblin-y.
Dad, can we not do this right now?
Of course, yes. I played it cool. It's just
You
so,
did.
you did such a good
Truly
job.
a performance that is unparalleled in the great stages
So
of Absalom.
cool.
Oh,
This
I love
explains
you.
quite a lot.
Yeah, well, I love you too, Dad. Come on. Switch
I've got
back
to
to
kill the
common.
fucking monster.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Just trying to shove everybody towards the basement that I obviously know the way to.
Yeah, and so it goes. So, Eastward Nethys, Zusket will warn you, everything below the playhouse's floor, everything below that fills with water every day as the tide washes in and out. They are submerged for roughly 6 hours of a time and open for the next 6, which means you have a 6-hour time limit for this adventure.
Awesome.
Water levels below your feet will vary from 1 foot to 1 inch. It's not deep enough to cause difficulty or require swimming, but it is dark. It's very dark. And only one of you, or 2 of you, I think Ist might also, has dark vision.
I have dark vision. I'm half elf.
Oh, did you take the dark vision feat?
You have low light vision by default as a half elf. You have to opt in to dark vision for a lot of them.
Let's see if I do have dark vision then. I have low light vision. I do not have dark vision. Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, goblins are actually one of the few that do.
Yeah, and as does H2 as an android. No, as a automaton. Those are different things in Pathfinder.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Tell me what you think about me.
I have to double check where Leshies fit in.
We have low light.
Was that a question?
So what was your actual question, August?
I have a question. Do I need to breathe?
I think so. Let me check.
It's unclear. It is not explicitly called out what yay or nay in my constructed body feature.
You don't need to eat or drink, and you don't need to sleep, but you still need a daily period of rest. So I would say that because it doesn't say that you don't have to breathe, you do have to breathe.
Okay.
I think you can still be affected by like airborne poisons and stuff like that, which implies that the body moves air through it.
Yeah, like your fans and stuff.
Okay.
Your sick
Cool.
liquid cooling system.
Yeah, you don't want to submerge your fan technology in water.
Yeah, don't drop. Yeah, water resistant is not the same thing as waterproof.
Yep.
Oh, you also, by default, only have low light vision. Did you take the arcane eye? Or...
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I only have low light vision.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take anything to bump it up to dark vision.
All right.
Okay, then I've got you.
All right.
I'm going to cast light on my staff.
I have a mechanical torch too.
Oh, nice.
You do have a mechanical torch. So yeah, if you'd like, well, you would need to have your a hand free to use it though, which means you wouldn't be able to use your great sword.
Oh, that's true.
I'm going to cast light on my staff.
Okay.
While people are arguing about how we're gonna see, I'm imagining this is happening in character as we're standing near the dark portal, or the entrance to the basement, and we're like,
Can you see? No. Can you see?
Can you see? No. Fuck. What are we gonna do here? How are we gonna do this? Everybody's arguing.
To be fair, I feel like
Can Digsby see?
I think Ist is more chill, just like this is not an issue. Just is like sat there waiting.
Yeah, I just like thump my staff onto the floor, and the sort of head of it just starts glowing.
Full Gandalf mode.
Full Gandalf mode. I don't think there's a crystal in this one, but like I haven't designed her staff yet, so I don't know.
Mhm.
What is Digsby's vision status?
Right. I was going to check that as well.
I think badgers have low light.
I was going to use him as my guide.
A seeing eye mustard.
Yeah, he has low light vision and scent. So he needs to be able to see. But, if with that, you can see with the light. It sheds light like a torch. 20 feet bright light, 20 feet dim light, which should be plenty. So, you descend, lit by the staff of your friend, Mindy Melrose. Twisted and bloated, the wooden stairs connecting the main floor and basement are slick and saturated with water. The walls are covered in algae, and the ceiling is coated with black mold, while old furniture and props from the theater are piled in the corners in soggy, crumbling heaps. Small crustaceans and numerous insects occasionally peek from the detritus or scramble into cracks in the shadow pools of the floor. The smell of rot and salt water hangs damp in the air. And as you turn the corner, you see a section of the brick wall crumbled into a heap, creating an opening into a larger area beyond. And next to it, hungry and angry, you find the thing that the goblins sealed away.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/StandingStonesProd. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at Stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!